Hi, welcome or welcome back. Today I'm going to use up a kit. I'm going to use this SCT sampler. It's from July 2023. And I have just been working through a bunch of my older kits and trying to allocate the items that come in them. So anything that's not a one-time use, I'm trying to put them into the areas I normally keep them in my craft room, so I will hopefully use them going forward for other projects and use up the kit in the meantime. So it's called Good Vibes. And SCT, for those of you who don't know, is Scrapbook and Cards Today. And they work with a bunch of different companies. So this one comes from Simple Stories and American Crafts. And it's the Retro Summer Collection and American Crafts Flower Child Collection. And it comes with some of the embellishments and some of the papers. And then it comes with a Close to My Heart at the Lake Thin Cuts stamp set and a Good Vibes metal die and shadow set. And there's also, when you get some of these kits, and they don't have this exact type, like the sampler doesn't exist anymore, but they do have other kits. And often they have like discount codes with them, and then they have creators that will create with the kit to kind of give you some inspiration. So I think today I'll just show you quickly what's in there. So I got a page of stickers. This is definitely from the Simple Stories. I think it's called Retro Summer. Yeah, Retro Summer. So I actually have other parts of this collection. I really love it. So there's that. And then here's some of the pages from that collection. I love that retro bright colors, like so beautiful. I love this collection. This right here is probably one of my favorites. You can definitely fussy cut these or use them as a background. This one, love this. Sprinkles, and then this one, ice cream. So pretty. Okay, and then this is the American Crafts. So I think you get 6 pages from each collection. I really love that one with the rainbows, and this one too is really beautiful. And this one. So they both have this very mod kind of feel to them, I think. So that's probably why they put them together. And then you get a bit of an assortment of items. So you get one of the cut aparts. That's what the back looks like. And you get some just different pieces of ephemera. And then you always get some enamel dots. And this time we got a little dangle, which I don't really have many of those, so it's kind of cool. And there's always a die. And if you noticed, that coordinates with the cover. So you see that? So that they always use the die as, and they make like a little quote around it. And that's the name of the kit. And this is made by Scrapbook and Cards Today. All right, they also had this Close to My Heart stamp and thin cuts set called Lake Life. This is really amazing to include this in one of the kits because they were fairly reasonably priced, and to include this as well because this is a stamp and the dies that go with it. It's not really my style. I don't often have like people in my, some of the things that I create with, but I mean, it was part of it. So I might try to use that. I think that's a really good addition. All right, so that is the kit. It comes in this small envelope. And like I mentioned, there's usually inspiration on that. So I'm going to try to figure out what I'm going to make with all of this. So stay tuned. I think I'm just going to add the pieces I got to where I have the rest of the collection. And then I'll just use it whenever I go to use this again. And I didn't get the sticker book, so it's nice to have some little stickers. This was from a previous kit. So that I didn't do anything with. That's just gonna go into my stash. Hoping to use this lake kit. What's it called? Lake Life, with Close to My Heart. I think it's such a great part of this collection. I love that the dies are included in all these pieces. The ones that are shaded blue have dies. I think it's really cute, especially this chair. I don't know if I'll ever use this one, but I mean, I do have a couple people in my life who still fish, and I say still because we used to go fishing when I was a kid. I just don't really do it anymore. Yeah, so I think I'm going to keep it. I've been going back and forth on this one, if I should keep it or not. I think I'll keep it for a while, and maybe if I don't use it, like next summer, I'll donate it or sell it or something. But anyways, so I didn't get a chance to use that, but I did make a bunch of cards. So this was using the other part of the kit. This was the American Crafts Flower Child collection, and I just made a bunch of cards. So this, I used the layout from Jess Crafts, and I just kind of turned it on its side, and this was a big postcard, and I just fussy cut the cheers out. These are some stickers that I had that are puffy, and they even have like a bit shaker bits inside, and they're beers. So I thought that was fun, and some things just get better with age. That was from a sentiment pack I had. This was another Jess Crafts. I think actually they were all Jess Crafts now that I'm looking at them. These were all from her paper busting templates. And yeah, I just added sentiments. These were all sentiments that I had already cut out, and they were either from another project and I had extra, or I had made some extra while I was cutting those out. And yeah, this piece I believe was from Hobby Lobby. It was parts of some ephemera that I purchased. And I was also trying to use up the rest of these little beer bottles. These ones are the little beer caps. Thought those would be cute, especially for more masculine cards. And that's also from that Hobby Lobby set. I really love this paper. Just fun. I love the colors in that. So, and I made this into a graduation card because I had these kicking around. I bought a pack of these from Michael's, just these hat die cuts for a graduation card I was making, and I just had them kind of close by, and I thought, okay, I can make one into a grad card for next year. Yeah, so that's the cards I made with that set. So that's another kit done. I'll be able to put all those things away, and then I will be able to finish off my other ones. I think I have, I want to say 2 more. I know one for sure is at work. I don't have it here with me because sometimes I get more done on my breaks and that. So I have one at work, and then I have also a Simon Says stamp kit that I would like to try using. So yeah, I've got at least a couple more to go. All right, if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you around soon. All right, take care.